Okay, I've been trying to sell this AKAI S6000 on eBay. It's a fully maxed out machine, but people don't seem to want to give me a good price for it, which is fair enough. So what I'm going to do is strip it down, get off certain bits of it, and just sell it as a base machine. It'll be still fully maxed out, but what I'm going to do is remove this SD card. So this SD card gives you access to massive libraries. Okay, and it's an SD card to SCSI. So I'm going to show me taking this out so that it's easy for someone to fit to their sampler if they want to do it. And then I'm going to put back in the standard Jazz 2 gig drive that comes with it as standard when you buy it. There's a couple of carts here as well that I'll show once I've fitted the Jazz drive back. And another thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the USB card and the ADAT card, and I'm going to sell those separately, and I've got some blanking pieces there to go there. So I just thought I'd do a quick video here just to show this at the beginning. If we power the machine up, I've shown this in another video, but I'll show it in this one. So it says searching for discs, and it'll come up with the SD card disc, which is there, and there's the floppy. Yeah, that's about it. So when I change this, that'll be gone, and it'll say SCSI Jazz 2 gig drive or something. Just to show this drive, if we go to load, you can see there it says SD card, and this is all the stuff on the library. So when I sell the library, I'll sell it with all this massive libraries on here. AKAI library there. If we go into there, let me open folder. So this is all on this AKAI library. 70s Kitsch, AKAI Orchestral, AKAI S6000 demo, B3 organ, basses, Burning Grooves, that was a CD of grooves, Distorted Reality I think was a CD of samples, drums, ethnic beats, ethnic drums, fretworks. You've just got everything. Peter Seidler chick, stuff, killer horns, piano, Rhodes. Okay, so with the top off, you can see the SD card drive is there. I think I had to fit a longer SCSI cable, because if you can see, the floppy's here, and the SD card is quite a bit smaller. It's further near the front, and I think this is the actual SCSI lead that you get with an S6000. You can see it matches those that were down there, and because the Jazz drive sits further back in the unit because it's longer, this SCSI lead will fit. But it wouldn't. I think it was just a bit tight getting it to the SD card. So what I'll do, I'll take this SCSI lead out, and I'll give this to the I'll sell that as part of the card, so that if someone fits it to their unit, they know that it's going to be long enough. So we're going to remove this cage here that holds the USB card and also the ADAT card. We'll remove those, put the cradle back, and it'll also give us a chance to get to that. Okay, so I'm going to turn the camera off, and I'll get those out and show you once I've done that. So I thought I might take this video while everything's out. So to actually get to the SCSI cable, which is down there, the SCSI option, it's a lot easier to take the MIDI boards out, and also the effect board there. So what we've got here is the ADAT board, the USB board, and the effects board. and I'm going to sell those all separately. So what we've got to put back in now is the jazz drive there, and that SCSI cable there. This SD to SCSI is actually part of a kind of Amiga kit, so they must use them on the old Amiga computers. So that is going to go with that SCSI lead there, and I'll offer them for sale. And if you want to put those in your AKAI sampler, then you can do. The option is brilliant because it means you can have this is a 32 gig mini micro SD card in an adapter, so you can have all the samples you'd ever want. I'm going to leave the effects board out of this machine because the effects, if you have the effects on, it limits the number of outputs you can get, and the effects aren't that brilliant anyway, I don't think. Yeah, when you're using multiple outputs, because of the effects board, there's some kind of limitation. I can't remember what it is, whether the effects board appear on both, or you have to turn the effects off. That's it. So if you're someone who's going to use a multiple outputs and into a mixing desk, then to access 13, 14, 15 and 16, you have to turn the effects off anyway. Otherwise the effects are on those outputs. So I'm gonna leave that card out of here. The only other thing to say is that it's sometimes a bit tricky. I don't know if you can see, there's a hole down there that you access from the bottom, and to actually get the SD card or the floppy drive, the jazz drive, whatever you're putting in, they've left a hole there so that you can stick a screwdriver through and put a nut this side, not a nut, a screw this side, access from underneath. But it can be a bit tricky because you're totally in the dark, just wriggling around with a screw to try and locate it. But anyway, that's the joys of doing this kind of thing. As you can see on this machine, it's fully maxed out there with the memory, and I think I'll put it back together and then fire it up once I've done that. Okay, so I've got the 2 gig jazz drive in, and it's there. This, I forgot to say that the card that I took out, the SD card, gets its power from the SCSI bus, whereas this jazz drive, because it's older technology, needs a 5 volt feed, well a 12 volt as well. So there's a SCSI board in, there's the MIDI in, I put 2 blanking plates that I had hanging around. And then I've taken out the other cards, so we'll fire it up and check the jazz drive. Okay, so that's the sampler all back together, the jazz drive, and the cards, which I'll list separately. I'll put a SCSI now external, just to show that the SCSI is working with the internal SCSI. This one is on number 4, this one's on number 6, I think. So let's turn this on first. I've got a jazz drive here, so searching for discs, and there is the jazz drive. Okay, so if I put the disc in now, so it's just loading the directory. And once the directory is loaded, it will come up, I think, will it? Maybe not, maybe I have to press load. Oh, there you go. Okay, so this is the flopper. This is the flopper. This is the jazz drive. So if we just scroll down to there, and if we then press disk info, sorry, select disk here. You'll see 3 folders on there, and if we go down to Al's folder, open folder, and you'll see all the contents there. This is actually off an EMU, but you can see it's listing some of the sounds there. So let's try and load program. So load program mechanics, execute, and there, and if we go on to program now, you can see mechanics was loaded. So okay, I'm just going to do some a demo of the AKAI S6000, show you some of the sounds that are on this jazz drive that comes with it. The sounds are just going to be MIDI'd from this keyboard here, and we're going to hear them through that Roland amp there. So let me get this in position and have a play through. I've got the screen on the AKAI set to inverted, so it's like black text on a white background. I'm trying to show this slight scratch on the screen. You'll see that in operation it doesn't get in the way or anything. Let's load something in. So load folder, I'm going to load that folder in, which will load all the sounds in. Yeah. Just turn the contrast down a bit. Okay, so that's loading the sounds in. I'll just get the keyboard on. And the amp. Oh, I'm in front of the front of the kitchen patio doors here, so there's quite a bit of reflection on the screen. Nothing I can do about that. Okay, so we've loaded those sounds in. I'm just going to make a multi now. Create multi. New multi with 32 parts. Okay, so now I'm just going to load sounds in. And what the AKAI does is load. It works out that you want to load one after the other. So you can see I'm just populating these 32 sounds. Actually, to access these 32, I'm going to need to swap the MIDI lead for the second set of 16, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Right, so we'll go back to MIDI channel 1, and it's a sound called Mechanics. Let's go to the next one. Just MIDI channel. Actually, that was on for MIDI channel 4, so that was Silk Veil. This is mechanic. Jupiter 2. It's a Doctor Who, isn't it? Alright. Let's go to IC Pad. It's a 6 Hollow JX. What's 7? XT Sin. Vox Rebox. Bass. Get up. Let's cursor down a bit more. What are we on? 11. Deep bass. luxury bass next. Rock piano. Right, let's stay on 16 and move the sound. So. Nice organ. If you had some echo on that, that'd be about alright. Nice organ. Orchestral. Dance kit. Real 90s. Not your average drums, that's by Is that it? That's it, yeah. Alright, gives you some idea there. 20 minutes worth of sounds there, gives you some idea.